Hey guys, my name is Dr. Film, and yes, I'm qualified to have that name. Before we begin, you should know that this review will contain no spoilers. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe for reviews and more. And you are more than welcome to follow me on Instagram for more updates on my channel. And so, without further ado, let us begin reviewing The Fall Guy.
Cast and characters.
Now let's look at some of the characters, starting with our main star.
Tom Ryder.
Sorry, scratch that. I mean our main stuntman, Colt Seavers, played by Ryan Gosling. He was funny, relatable, and he did so well doing most of his stunts in this movie. When you see Ryan Gosling doing a stunt like this scene, that's freaking Ryan Gosling doing his own stunt.
I was happy to be the first actor to say I did none of my own stunts, but it was important that I do some of the stunts for authenticity in the film. The whole opening sequence leads up to them dropping me 12 stories off of a building. Then I got dragged across the Sydney Harbor Bridge.
And of course, this movie wouldn't be as good if it weren't for his co-star, Emily Blunt, who plays Jodie Moreno, and she did a pretty nice job with her role as well. And when you see these two on screen together, their chemistry just snapped like this. Okay, that was a little exaggerated, but yeah, something like that. Furthermore, as the movie progresses, you would honestly care about what they're going through, and you would hope dearly that they will stay together by the end of this movie. Although I have to admit, there were some scenes between them where the dialogue sounds a bit questionable at times. Yeah, especially in this scene where Jodie has this megaphone and she's expressing her feelings through this script she's reading, and it was a bit awkward, and let's be honest, it wouldn't really happen like that on set in real life. As for the rest of the cast, each of them did a solid job with their roles, especially one of the antagonists of this film, Gail Meyer. All I can say is that this character is easily one of the most hateable characters in movie history, and this actress did a fine job with what she's been given.
We need you to find him.
Why me?
You're a stuntman. No one's gonna notice whether you're here or not. No offense.
I mean, some taken.
How dare she, hurting Ryan Gosling's feelings. Don't you know who that is? He's the guy who wears too many cool jackets. Man, he is still awesome.
Action and humor.
Now, the action is pretty much the standout of this whole movie. You see, what makes the action so distinct in this movie is that all of it was done through stunt work and practical effects. Sure, some CGI was involved, but most of the action scenes were all real. From the explosions, the car flips, all of it was executed so well, and none of it would have been possible if it weren't for the stunt team and crew behind the action. Let's give it up for them, guys. They deserve it, come on.
Get on with you! What?
Of course, this movie wouldn't be complete without the comedy aspect, and the humor was pretty well funny at times, such as this scene. You know, sometimes I wonder, what would Ken do if he was in this exact situation?
I'm just kidding. Anywhere else I'd be 10.
Sounds about right.
The story.
Now, the story in this film was pretty well written. For one, the pacing was well even. It keeps upping the stakes as the movie goes on. There was a surprisingly good twist during the second act of this movie. And most of all, when you really think about it, this story is a love letter to all stuntmen and performers out there who didn't get the recognition they deserve. Heck, if they took this story in a traditional direction, like you saw in the trailers, this would be an entirely different movie here. But no, they took this story in a direction that we weren't expecting. The story in this movie is not only a love story, but it's also a freaking wake-up call to the truth. And you know what? My eyes are wide as open, man. I mean, look at my eyes.
What is it?
I can see the truth. I can go higher. I can go higher!
Approximately 10 hours later.
Man, what just happened? Oh man, this is worse.
Idiot.
Overall, my friends, this movie is definitely one of the best movies I've seen this year. I'm serious, before going into this, I honestly thought that this movie was going to be average. But no man, this movie is way above that. It's got good characters, exciting action sequences, excellent stunt work, witty humor, and a story that gave us an important lesson on stunt work, and a cute love story on the side. And despite the film having a few issues, that's not gonna stop me from watching this movie again. That's how good this film is. As for those who haven't seen this film yet, I highly recommend checking it out. With all that said, I give The Fall Guy an 8.5 out of 10. Well guys, that's the end of my review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, and please follow me on TikTok for more fun videos and content. And as always, I will see you guys at our next appointment.